Hello and welcome. I am Preacher. These are the pews, and today I'm back with an update. As one suit shuffles off to the big dry cleaners in the sky, two new ones come in. A double-breasted suit. Sony's financials also finally touched down, so I thought we might go over to GameIndustry.biz articles. I want to tackle the CEOs first because I honestly have the least to say about this one. It seems that Herman Holst and Hideaki Nishino, both already PlayStation veterans. I know Herman is from the Horizon team, and Nishino seems to have worked somewhere in the hardware sector for about 20 years within Sony. So, relevant experience. One thing that I will note, I think it's good that Sony promotes from inside. So both of these gentlemen are decades long PlayStation veterans. They know the people they're working with. They know the teams. Both of them worked within games. You know what I mean? So they are very hands-on and they are very experienced at what they do. And they're going to bring that experience forward to a leadership position. I think that's the best way to promote. But what I find more interesting than the DualSense CEOs is the fact that Totoki seems to be staying in charge of the whole thing. A snippet from the article says both leaders will report to Sony Interactive Entertainment chairman Hiroki Totoki, who has been acting CEO of the division since Jim Ryan stepped down from the role at the end of March. Totoki is also President, COO, and CFO of Sony Group Corporations. The latest changes will take effect June 1st. Now, you're going to see a lot of false equivalencies drawn today with hardware sales. And we'll talk about that in the upcoming financial portion of the report. But this is actually the story. This is literally bots missing the forest for the trees because this is the actual change, right? This is honestly a bit spooky because Totoki came in, right after Jim announced he was leaving, and he was very clear that he did not like what he saw going on in a lot of the division, right? He said that the people are good at their jobs and they know how to make great games, but they don't understand the business sense and how to grow the business, right? And we all assumed that, okay, well, the money man is here and he's coming to, he's going to say some shit like that, but then he's going to end up being outruled by, whoever comes in as CEO. No, not at all. Not at all. He did not like what he saw when he went down there. And now he's putting two middle managers in, not to say that they're going to meddle in the creative process in some way. I honestly think that two Sony veterans probably stand the best chance of walking that corporate line, the line between having to be profitable as a business and being a creative. They're at least going to do what they can to be within those lines. They aren't video game illiterate, so should hopefully be able to make those choices, But the thing is, they're both they always were, right? It's not like Hiroki was not president, CEO, COO, and CFO of Sony Group Corporation before this, but at the same time, he is now directly your boss. You are now directly reporting to him because he wants to keep an eye on all that shit that's going on. Because apparently it wasn't shaping out right. You know what I mean? We seen what happened with Xbox. You know what I mean? And because they didn't have that leash, I would actually rather see this than studios close. Right? Not saying it's one or the other. There's many flavors in between, but we see the state of the industry right now. We see the state of the industry, and this looks like Sony Group saying, hold on, we got to tighten this leash. And I do wonder what other changes come with that leadership style. I actually thought it pertinent to see what Totoki himself had to say about this division of work and what he expects from these two new leaders. So the article continues. Sony Interactive Entertainment is a dynamic and growing business that delivers incredible entertainment experiences through connection of content and technology, Totoki said. These two leaders will have clear responsibilities and will manage strategic direction to ensure the focus remains on deepening engagement with existing PlayStation users and expanding experiences to new audiences. All corpo speak, but while on the surface it may look like we're in the Herman and Hideaki era, we are firmly in the Totoki era. That's all I have to say on that front. Those are the suits. We'll see how it goes. Next is the financial report itself. So, with the benefit of time, I actually came across a tweet by Nib. It says here PlayStation dropped their fiscal year 2023 results. Very impressive growth across the board, marking a record breaking year. Here's how things stack up year on year. Revenue 27.3 billion, up 17%. I'm just going to read how much they're up. Operating cost up 16%. Operating income up 16%, PS5 hardware up 8%, network services up 17%, gaming software up 24%, full game units up 8%, and monthly active users up 9%. So pretty stellar across the board. Number go up, right? Suits are loving it right now. 4.5 million PS5s were sold in Q4, 20.8 million in 2023, making 59.3 total. All right, so we PS5 is climbing. We're at about 60 million. That's huge. For 3.5 years, halfway through. That's still pretty big. I think that's still below PS4, but a lot of the big exclusives I think are going to come in the back half of this life cycle. The tweet continues. PS5 hardware sales near enough matched the revised 21 million target, though Sony expects PS5 sales to decline to 18 million in 2024. And they expect that decline because they don't have any blockbuster first party games coming out this year that are usually the ones to push consoles. And believe me, I'm gonna get to the drama of it all, but I wanted to make sure to show these. And thank you to Nib for the breakdown. But I wanted to make sure to show these numbers to show you that year over year, Sony has blown it out of the water, has absolutely blown it out of the water. All number go up. You know what I mean? So, Helldivers 2 go burr, like everything's going, there are challenges. You know what I mean? Things aren't as good as they could be, but you're going to see a very, very false equivalency be drawn because of this here. So let's read the tweet again from Nib. Two interesting sales tidbits. Hardware decline this last quarter was similar with PlayStation 29% and Xbox 31%, negative 31%, and negative 29% respectively. But PS5 sold 4.5 million, Series X and S estimated 800K. PS5 sold 5.6 times more. Also, Q4 PS4 revenue was just plus 2%, but profit was up plus 172%. To 700 million. Helldivers doing work. So basically, they're not seeing money from the console right now, but they're seeing crazy numbers from Helldivers. Basically, Helldivers on the back right now. It makes sense. What may not make sense is how PlayStation was just up 8% and is now down 29%. And I'm here to explain it to you. They are up 8% year over year, down 29% quarter to quarter. Now, we have Christmas last quarter, the holidays, all of them. People usually buy their consoles around that time. So a dip is expected. But like I said, you're going to see a false equivalency built because as we've already seen in the raw numbers, PlayStation being down 29% and Xbox being down 30%. Both of them being down around 30%. It does not look the same at all. It looks very different. So you're going to see a false equivalency drawn there, but you're also going to see it in the fact that they won't mention that Xbox is actually double down. They were down 30% last quarter too, which makes them down 60% year over year. That's bad. That is very bad. Again, 800K consoles sold. 5.6 more for your competitor in a single quarter. They've sold about as many PlayStations this quarter as Xbox has their series console, their entire life cycle. Like, it's just not the same. So I just wanted to point that out again. False equivalency being drawn. Now, that's not to say that PlayStation's not facing their own challenges. Again, Totoki took over for a reason. Hardware is down for a reason, and they have to make that course correction. But hopefully, with the new double-breasted suit, they're able to walk with a little confidence. I think that's going to be it for me, folks. Just wanted to give you that update, my opinion, and again, just let you know what you're gonna hear this afternoon all day. It's just a false equivalency. It really is. PlayStation does face their own challenges, but Xbox fans are gonna try to take that 29 number and just fucking run hog wild with it. So, you know. But that is it. I am Preacher, and I hope to see you back here on the pews.